I had to tell you about what happened one night. This still gives me chills, but you wouldn't believe me if I said what happened that night. It was an October night and cold, and I was heading home from my friend's house. My road took me along Ravenwood Road, a section of highway everyone in town warns you about. However, I honestly did not believe in ghost stories. I considered it small town talk to frighten people. Anyway, it was pitch dark. The trees along the road seemed to be about to close over my head. The fog was so thick I could barely see anything with my headlights. I was roughly halfway down the road when I saw her. There she was, a woman on the side of the road waving for help. She was wearing this old white gown like from some movie. I hesitated. Every warning ever told about stopping for strangers flew through my head. But I thought about what if she needed help? So against all my good judgment, I pulled over. She entered wordlessly, pointing straight ahead. I tried to make small talk to diffuse the tension. "Rough night?" I asked her, turning to her. She nodded once more, deathly pale and with eyes seeming to be lost in a daze, not fully here. And here's the weird part, the air inside the car grew cold. I see. I cranked the heater to no avail. I tried again to try and get her to talk. "Where are you headed?" I asked. She whispered, barely audible, "Just to the end of the road." I should have done an about face right there, but I hadn't. At the end of the trail now, she raised her eyes for a glimpse back. Her tone of voice too altered. Gone hard and ringing, there was clarity of almost echoing ring to her. "They won't let me go." I swear my blood ran cold. I turned to ask her what she meant, but before I could, she pointed to a clearing up ahead and said, "Stop here." I pulled over and looked back in the seat, and she was gone. Like that. No noise, no door opening, nothing. My heart was pounding, and I jumped out of the car and looked around everywhere. There was no trace of her. I told him about it the next day. His face turned white. "You saw her," he said. "That's the ghost of Ravenwood Road. She died in a car crash years ago, and now she's stuck there. People see her all the time, but she always disappears before the end of the ride." I wouldn't have been able to tell you what had happened that night. All I know is that I never went down Ravenwood Road again and never will. But if you ever find yourself on Ravenwood Road and you see a woman in white, don't stop. Just keep driving.